Alright, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's video we are going to be going over every EZA incoming for the 9th year anniversary because, let's be honest, Dokkan is pretty dry. It's probably going to be pretty dry for the next month and a half, really, until anniversary. So I figured we could do a video going over the EZAs that we're going to get for anniversary, so you can grind these units up, you can awaken them, do their hidden potential system, or set aside some teams that are going to be really good for their EZA events. Whatever you got to do, just go ahead and get ready for their EZAs. Because some of these EZAs here are pretty broken. If you're not aware of the details or who got their EZA, you're in for a treat for this video. So, just to start off, we got UI Goku right here. Now, his EZA, I don't even think it was in the celebration, technically. I think it was in the countdown, which is crazy. A countdown LR EZA. I mean, that's how you know the celebration's about to be good. But, yeah, the weakness for his EZA event was Universe Survival Saga. Shouldn't really be that difficult for most players. I mean, it's not the biggest category. I'm probably not going to pull most of these categories up, but for this one, we'll look at it. I mean, yeah, I guess lately there's been more options. We had Topo on it. We've had a couple EZAs like the 50% supports. Yeah, Dokkan Fest androids, like maybe like a Banner unit here and there, LR Ribrianne. But overall, the category is still kind of small. Not a ton of good options on it, at least until later in the celebration. So maybe some players might struggle with this, specifically newer players who just don't have a lot of options. But if you've been playing for a year or two, you'll probably be able to get away from this EZA event with a relative ease. Of course, the rewards are good. UI Goku himself is amazing. This guy's going to be dodging most of the attacks, and if not, his defense isn't actually horrible. I mean, you could just see here 50% the stats on 18 key, 30% on his 12 key, so all additionals are going to be skyrocketing his defense. And then got a lot of stats in his kit. I'm not going to go over all these units, but this guy specifically, mainly, you know, because of this, is going to be really good. A great chance to dodge for the first 7 turns, is very reliable. Now it does drop, but you got other things going on in his kit, so he's not going to struggle that much. I'll say that. So overall, an amazing EZA with the STR UI Goku. And then the next EZA we get is the Broly, Cheelai, and Lemo. I'm pretty sure they're literally the next EZA after UI Goku. I could be wrong, though. But regardless, this guy is going to be EZAing during the 9th year anniversary. So their weakness is movie heroes for their EZA event. Yeah, dude, I don't even need to pull it up. Movie heroes is an amazing category. Damn near every celebration is buffing this somehow. So no one's going to struggle with this. Even newer players, you're fine. You're going to be able to have a good movie heroes team. Broly, Cheelai, and Lemo as a unit, though, very, very good. I mean, look at their super attack effects. You can see here, massively raising attack and defense. If you're not aware, that is a 100% buff. So, I mean, I would say that's a pretty good super attack effect. His weakest super attack effect is him getting 50% to stats. So, you know, that's how you know this guy's got good super attack effects. So, definitely, if you get additionals with this guy, which he is physical, so he's got the base 5 additional just all the time, your defense is going to be ramping up really quick. He's also a really good support. You can see here, depending on what key spheres you get, you're giving all allies some key in attack. You're giving allies some key in defense. And even here, you're giving all allies more key and more attack and defense with rainbow key spheres. So if you set this guy up, I guess just in the right position where he's getting a lot of key spheres, specifically rainbow key spheres, the support is going to be absolutely insane. And then also as a unit, he is pretty good. I don't know exactly what he does, so we'll go over his kit a little here. So 30% the stats for every key sphere obtained. Definitely very good there. And then an additional 10% the stats for every physical key sphere obtained. And then, yeah, he's getting more key for every key sphere obtained. And then obviously there's the support, which we already went over. The support with the rainbow key spheres we already went over. He gets an additional 39% to attack on super. He launched an additional super attack in movie bosses and superheroes. Category allies reduce damage received by 10% when key is 24. All right, so he's got that damage reduction support. The only other unit that has this, I think, is Path to Power Kid Goku. So they gave it to him, and then they just didn't give it to another unit, like, period, after that, right? They just stopped doing it. But I guess with this guy, they wanted to bring it back. Not the best restrictions here. Movie bosses and super bosses is a little, well, restrictive. I mean, super bosses barely has anyone on it, and movie bosses is not bad. It's a decent category, but it still needs buffs. So a little unfortunate. Maybe if it was just like extreme class as a whole, get the 10% damage reduction when key is 24, that would have been much better. But I'm not complaining. Still good. Obviously 10% damage reduction support alongside all the other support is really crazy. And then, you know, guaranteed dodge when you get 7 key spheres, orb changing. Yeah, just casual stuff there at the end. Of course, good link set. And he's on some pretty weak teams as well. Not a lot of teams, but some weak ones. I'll say that. So overall, a great unit. Make sure you do this EZA or awaken him, get him ready for his EZA, whatever. And then next up, we got the Blue Goku and Vegeta. So the physical Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Their weakness is Realm of Gods. Yeah, we got to pull this up. I have not looked at this category in forever. I used to run this team all the time when I first started Dokkan, but I feel like lately I haven't even touched it. Okay, so I wouldn't say this is a great team, but I wouldn't say this is a bad team. I'd say this is right in the middle. Not a lot of units, but a decent amount of units. And I do see a few top tier options. You know, you got this guy's EZA. Not saying he's like crazy top tier, but he's pretty good. You got Dokkan Fest Topo, which global, I don't even know if we're going to have him by the time we get Anniversary. Because I'm pretty sure we get Frieza, and then we get the Part 2 LR Ginyu Force unit. I don't think they're going to do it how the celebration went on JP. I don't know. I could be wrong, though. They just need to sync up these games, dude. The time slots, it gets confusing. But regardless, a lot of top tier options. That's my main point. So most players probably shouldn't struggle with this, but if you're newer to the game, because obviously a lot of you are, you know, probably going to be starting for 9th year anniversary, yeah, you might struggle a little if you don't have these top tier options. But once you do your summons on the banners and you pull a lot of these, you know, the 5th year anniversary LRs or the 7th year anniversary LRs or the 6th year anniversary LRs, then you're probably going to be able to take on this EZA event with said anniversary LRs. So you'll be fine. Yeah, their EZA is amazing. I mean, that's really all I have to say. Their EZA is definitely very good. Once again, amazing super attack effects, massively raising attack and defense and greatly raising attack and defense on 12 key. Very good there. Yeah, 4 key start of turn, 170% the stats. The rainbow orb changing when there's another superheroes category ally. Unlike super bosses, this is an actual good team. There's a lot of units on there, so this isn't really that difficult to get. He gets more key per rainbow key sphere obtained. 7% the stats per key sphere obtained. Very low. Very, very low. But he is orb changing. And he gets this start of turn. Most units that get stats per key sphere obtained, they don't have other stat buffs in their kit. Like, for example, this guy. So he doesn't have a start of turn attack and defense stat. So he needs to get 30, 40% the stats per rainbow key sphere obtained to make up for that. But with these guys, they've got this. So then having even 7% the stats on top of that is still going to be really useful. So it is low, yeah, but there's other things going on. And then also, we got damage reduction up and coming. So he gets a chance of performing a critical hit plus 7%, and then 7% damage reduction, and then launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super per rainbow key sphere obtained. Up to 3 additionals within the turn. Let's just set this into perspective for you guys. You could be doing 4 supers in a turn. So you're getting one of these, another one of these, and another one of these. And you've got damage reduction, and you're getting 7% the stats per key sphere obtained, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get a super attack, because for every rainbow key sphere you get, this guy's getting an extra 2 key, so just get a couple rainbow key spheres, you're getting all those additionals, and you're getting all the extra key, you're getting the damage reduction, you're getting the additionals, which is skyrocketing his defense because his super attack effects are so good. I mean, dude, in slot 2 and 3, this guy's a juggernaut. Now, I'll be honest with you, in slot 1, no, probably not a good option whatsoever, actually. But in slot 2 and 3, this guy's going to be a tank. Will AoEs destroy this guy? Yeah. If he gets sealed, will he get destroyed? Yeah. But if you don't have those two things going on for you, you're going to be fine. Just throw this guy in slot 2 and 3, and he's going to be absolutely amazing. And when I say amazing, I mean really, really amazing. Like, I think it's fair that he's not as good in slot 1 because of how good he is in slot 2 and 3. I'll put it like that. So, great EZA. Make sure you EZA him. Next up, we got the 6th year anniversary LRs. So you're going to have to trust me on this one. I don't have their EZA events pulled up because this wiki, for some reason, doesn't have it. But the Vegeta's EZA event, the weakness is Final Trump Card, and then the Goku's is Space Traveling Warriors. So out of all the categories, I would say their EZA events have the worst categories, or one of the most difficult ones. I mean, Final Trump Card isn't horrible, but again, you're going to need some specific units. And Space Traveling Warriors, that's definitely the worst category out of all the ones I've mentioned for these EZA events. So UI Goku's EZA event, probably going to be the most difficult, but still, Dude, it's worth it. I have not gone over their kits because I actually quit Dokkan when they got their EZAs, but I briefly looked over them. I mean, dude, they are pretty good. They are pretty damn good. So we're going to go over both their kits, and then we'll call it a video. I'm probably going to kind of go over their kits kind of fast, though. I don't want this video getting too long. So their leader skill goes up to 180% for both of them. So the Goku's Miraculous Awakening on Reps Universe 7. The Vegeta's is Powerful Comeback on Reps Universe 7. Again, same thing, 3 key, 180% the stats. So solid leader skill there, I guess. And then the Evolution Blue Vegeta super attack effect is that he gets 50% defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage. He's got a high chance of performing a crit, and then raises allies' chance of performing a crit plus 7%. Not that big of a difference, but still 7% is nice. And then his Ultra Super Attack effect, 50% attack and defense, Mega Colossal Damage, high chance of performing a crit, and then the 7% crit chance for 2 turns. So, a little extra turn there. I guess that's pretty useful. And then his passive is that he gets 7 key, guard for 1 turn. So the first turn you have him, he's got guard. He's getting 200% attack and defense, 50% damage reduction for free. So just, you know, half the damage he's normally going to be taking. Just, no, out the window. No more. 50% damage reduction. It's gone. And then he gets another 10% damage reduction within the same turn with every attack received or evaded, up to 30%. So he can get up to, 80% damage reduction. On his first turn, he's got guard. And this really good buff right here, because keep in mind, he's a Dokkan Fest LR, so his stats are going to be reasonably high alongside this crazy stat buff right here. So, already looking really good. And then he builds up 3 key up to 10 and 30% the stats up to 120% with every attack performed. So as the fight goes on, he's just going to be looking better and better. He gets an additional attack that has a 77% chance of becoming a super, and then gets another 77% attack and performs a crit when activating the active skill or when key is 24. And then at the start of character's attacking turn, after the character receives an attack 5 or more times in battle, he revives with 77% HP recovered when the character or an ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. And then he gets 7 key and 77% the stats starting from the turn in which he revives. And then he gets guaranteed guard within the character's next turn after the revive is activated. So, yeah. That's about it. That's all I got for you. Really good. Probably the best EZA in the game by far. Maybe only relatively near Tech Ultimate Gohan's, I would say. Or Tech Ultimate Gohan might be around the best EZA in the game as well. But I don't know, man. Between the guard for the first turn, 50% damage reduction, and he's a support, I think this guy's the best EZA in the game. And then we got UI Goku here. Not as good as Evolution Blue Vegeta, but I mean, very, very close, and still an amazing option. So his super attack effects are a little different. It's the same thing, except he gets 50% attack on 12 key, and then 100% attack on 18 key. No defense, but I'm alright with that. It's not that big of a deal because of this right here. So he gets 7 key, and then evades enemies' attack, including super, for his first turn that you have him. So just guaranteed dodge, obviously very good. 200% the stats, and then an additional 77% the stats when HP is 77% or more. He gets a chance of launching an additional super and chance of evading enemies' attack by 77%. Yeah, so, I mean, a 77% chance to dodge every attack. Very reliable. Most of the time, you're probably not going to be taking a single attack with this guy. And then he gets an additional chance of evading enemies' attack plus 7% within the same turn for every attack evaded. Like I said, you're going to be dodging most of the attacks with this guy. And then he gets 2 key up to 10 and 30% defense up to 150% for every attack evaded. He gets an additional 77% to attack and performs a crit when activating the active skill or when key is 24. And then if HP is 77% or less at the start of character's attacking turn, he revives with 77% HP recovered when the ally or an ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd once only. And then he gets 7 key, 77% the stats starting from the turn in which the character or an ally, okay, so just when you or an ally dies in a turn, you get the revive. And then he evades enemies' attacks, just guaranteed within the character's next attacking turn after the revival skill is activated. Yeah, dude, both these units just so amazing. Definitely farm them up if you've got them just sitting in your box. Do that with all these units we've gone over, but 6-year anniversary LR specifically because they're just absolutely busted. I think they're number 2 and 3 in the game right now. I think Beast Gohan's number 1, Evolution Blue Vegeta's number 2, and then UI Goku's number 3. I mean, maybe that's debatable, but those are definitely the top 3 units. You might be able to, you know, interchange them within the top 3, but yeah, when you do your top 5 list, you've got those at the top 3. So anyway, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which of these units that I went over you have in your box, and which ones you're going to be awakening and all that. You should be awakening them all, but I get it. It's a little bit of a grind. Some of these LRs, you got to get a lot of medals. So that's why I wanted to tell you ahead of time, so when the anniversary does roll around, you're not, you know, having to sit here and grind all of them up. You've got some of them already grinded up. So anyway, been the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one.